Welcome to Ballaholics, the show for those who simply can't get enough about basketball. My name is Sam. I forgot. There's no sauce today. Oh, what a tragedy. No sauce? No Tyrone? There's no one here except for me. Welcome to a new edition of Ballaholics, and this edition, actually, some of my friends over break have actually asked me questions about covering all of sports. So basically, I'm going to answer your questions right here on this show right now.
Alright, so since we're doing questions, Sam, what do you think about Chris Bosh's jersey retirement ceremony?
Someone's asked me about, obviously if you guys don't know, Chris Bosh actually announced, he actually had his jersey retirement. So some people want to get my reaction on that, what's it like, what are you thinking right now? What am I thinking right now about Chris Bosh's retirement? And for me, when I think about Chris Bosh's career, he's really had to sacrifice a lot. This dude, very underrated in my opinion. He's actually an 11-time All-Star. Obviously, he was drafted in the same draft class as Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, 4th overall. Actually, before Dwayne Wade got drafted to the Miami Heat. And when he went to the Miami Heat, he was asked, he used to take, in Toronto, he would always have the ball in his hands. He was a monster. He averaged, mid-20 points, on that team. And when he went to Miami, with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, when the big three actually formed, Chris Bosh, he was asked to do a lot less. And that's what he did. He only averaged about 16 or 17 points. A lot of people slept on him. I think he was really underrated. They needed him for a lot of, not only the culture, because Chris Bosh, he's a clown. If you don't know, people call him the dinosaur. He looks like a dinosaur, low key. But this dude, he was always a funny guy. Whenever the Miami Heat, whenever LeBron James was stressed out, or Dwayne Wade, especially after that first season when they lost to the Dallas Mavericks. Chris Bosh from his, bombing photos, or interviews. He really was important to that team, for the culture. Just, be an upbeat kind of, because he has an upbeat personality. Also, for Chris Bosh, defensively, this dude was important because Dwayne Wade and LeBron James really took on the scoring load, but Chris Bosh was in the interior. He was a great defender, making sure that, teams like San Antonio or OKC couldn't get their inside baskets. And he was also important in, some of the moments they had, in some huge moments, like when LeBron James and Dwayne Wade got their second ring. When Ray Allen hit that clutch shot, guess who passed Ray Allen the ball? Who got that rebound in the first place? It was Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh actually got that offensive rebound to actually pass the ball to Ray Allen to hit that shot. Look, that's right. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, maybe have not even, the Miami Heat in general, wouldn't have gotten their second ring without Chris Bosh's offensive rebound. Let's not forget the possession after that, where Chris Bosh blocked Danny Green's three-point attempt. Danny Green was hot that series. I don't know if you guys remember. If Danny Green got that shot off, and that shot went in, there goes Miami Heat's second title. Overall, Chris Bosh played a huge role, and after LeBron James left, you really saw Chris Bosh's role grow. After After LeBron James left to go back to Cleveland, Chris Bosh averaged 21 points and 7 rebounds. He was actually named an All-Star that year in 2015. So, people like me who just started, following the sport in 2013, who only saw Chris Bosh in Miami was like, this guy is underrated. What does he do? He's just a clown. He's just like a dinosaur. No. He actually did stuff. He obviously had to sacrifice a lot, but once LeBron James left, you really saw how great Chris Bosh was. And it was really unfortunate to see his career shortened by blood clots. Now, let's take a look at Chris Bosh's clown highlights.
It's going to be a hostile crowd with CB jumping into the frame.
You guys had a mentality approaching these 3 games.
I think we did real good. But, defense is on mark.
You're about to get some love.
Happy birthday to me.
Hopefully, we stay healthy and we continue it.
He promised it was going to happen. Video bomb king.
This dude is really a clown.
Thank you very much, LeBron. And
he's like a clown dinosaur.
my microphone has been flagged. We got the bobblehead and everything.
I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We started to get more aggressive at the end of the first quarter. Kept picking up our defense and we kept going.
What is it to say about this team when you have a superstar out?
Thank you so very much for watching this edition of Inside the Heat. I am The video bomb of all time.
R.I.P. Chris Bosh. You were amazing to watch. You were fun to watch. Anyway, Andrew, hit me with that next question.
All right, Sam, I got you. Next question. Sam, who is your MVP?
Who is my MVP? See, I like this question because, like, if you were to ask me this question a couple months ago, my answer actually would have been completely different than it is now. Before, I liked James Harden earlier. His stats were always there, but his team wasn't winning. You saw in the beginning of the season that his team was the 14th seed in the West. The Houston Rockets, the 14th seed, they once were. James Harden was putting up a monstrous performance back then, but they weren't that good. And I have certain criteria for MVP. First off, you have to have the stats. You have to be a dominant force on your team, which James Harden has always had that. But the thing that James Harden didn't have was winning. That's something that Giannis Antetokounmpo had the entire year. I mean, his team has been on a tear. But when you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's great and he thrives, but he's good within a system. He's good within Mike Budenholzer's system, in which Giannis Antetokounmpo is used to drive to the paint and get baskets, and then when players try and, crash on him inside, he passes out to, perimeter shooters like Chris Middleton, Malcolm Brogdon, Brook Lopez, now Nikola Mirotic. James Harden doesn't have that. In Houston, they throw James Harden the ball. It's like, yo, do something now. Do something with the offense. And you're looking at the Houston Rockets, and they're on a tear now. They're the 3rd or 4th seed. And for that reason, I have to say, right now, my MVP is James Harden. Look, James Harden has the stats to back it up, as I said earlier. Again, he's averaging 36 points, 7.5 assists, and 6.5 rebounds. Those are crazy stats. Like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant in their prime, maybe they were averaging like 37 points. James Harden is averaging 36 points. You say it's not all about stats. First off, wait, hold up a sec, because I'm thinking about a couple seasons back when we gave Russell Westbrook the MVP, who was averaging a triple-double, and his team was like the 6th or 7th seed. James Harden is putting up a crazy stat line, historical stats, that we haven't even seen in so long, ever since Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, and people are so quick to hate on James Harden. Oh, he's throwing the foul. He draws so much fouls. Oh, Kobe Bryant's so much better. James Harden is one of the most underappreciated scorers. I said this earlier and I'm going to say it again. In NBA history, right now, he is the best scorer on the planet. He is so slept on. I mean, this season, he has gotten to at least 50 points in 8 games. Who hears of that? You scored 50 points in 8 games, not to mention 2 of those came off back-to-back 50-point performances. This dude also scored 60 points twice this season. Twice he scored 60 points. 61 points against San Antonio the other night. Again, they've been on an absolute tear. James Harden has led this team from the 4th seed in the West. Now they are the 3rd or 4th seed in the West. That is all due to James Harden. Look, I love Chris Paul, but he has not been the same this season. He has not looked good this season. He just hasn't looked the same as he has in years past. Now, maybe he's saving that for the playoffs. I hope he is, because James Harden is definitely going to need another player, another star to step up in the playoffs. Now, I know nothing against Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think he's a great player. Obviously, he's still doing great statistically. I just feel like Giannis plays within a system. He has a great coach. James Harden, they give him the ball and they ask him to do something. Work, do some isolation, work your magic, and make it work. And he has been doing that. He has come through time and time again in the regular season. Look, if this MVP is about the season and the playoffs, maybe I pause a little bit because James Harden chokes a little bit in the playoffs. But then again, Giannis Antetokounmpo hasn't even made it out of the first round. So I don't even want to hear that argument. Just get out of here if you're going to make that argument. Just get out. Get out. I don't want to hear it. James Harden's my MVP. This team's been, the last 16 games, they have a 13-3 record. Watch out, Golden State, because something is heating, something is brewing in Houston. Woo! All right, Andrew. I think I'm ready for the next question now.
Which players should LeBron be recruiting for next year?
I like this question too. Which players should LeBron James be recruiting? Now look, I can easily, first off, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to be very courteous to you guys. I'm going to name a lot of free agents just to give you guys, like a word bank, possible players who we could take time to recruit. Let's not forget, when you're trying to recruit one player, when you're recruiting that one player, you're foregoing that time that you're using to recruit that one player. You can't use that time to recruit other players. So let's say you want to recruit player X. and you're trying your best to recruit him. That means you're not able to recruit Y, Z, and A because you're spending your time on that one player. So you have to really recruit your player wisely. It's not as simple as going after the best player, but you have to look at the probability of getting those players in the first place. So let's just talk about Kevin Durant, because a lot of people like to say, oh, LeBron James should try recruiting Kevin Durant. I heard this on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, look, I'm not going to lie. Kevin Durant is definitely the best player in this upcoming free agency class. Obviously, there's rumors of him leaving Golden State. He would be great alongside LeBron because LeBron James is he's a playmaker. And LeBron James, in order for LeBron James to be at his best, you want to surround LeBron James with great shooters, great perimeter shooters, and another ball handler. Kevin Durant can be a ball handler at times, and he could also shoot the three. He's actually one of the best perimeter shooters out there, minus Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Okay, but listen, here's why I cannot say you have to go after Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant don't want to be second fiddle to you, LeBron. Kevin Durant's been the second his entire life. I mean, I'm going to read this quote to you that I heard from Kevin Durant in 2013. Ready? Here's this quote. I've been second my whole life. I was the second best player in high school. I was the second pick in the draft. I've been second in the MVP voting 3 times. I came second in the finals. I'm tired of being second. I'm not going to settle for that. I'm done with it. So you hear the quote, and obviously Kevin Durant, there are reports when Kevin Durant won the Golden State and he won those rings, he was hoping that people were going to finally acknowledge him as being the best player in the NBA. And obviously that has not happened because people take a lot away from him because he joined a 73-win team, which rightfully so. I mean, that was a very weak move. As I even agree with Stephen A. Smith, the weakest move I've seen by a player. I agree. I mean, you joined a 73-win team. That's a whole different topic. You're gonna get me angry, and you don't want to see me angry. I mean, you've seen me plenty of angry when I talk about the Knicks, and I'm not even going to talk about the Knicks right now either because that's a whole different thing in itself. You see, now I'm just losing focus because now I just thought of the Knicks. Bring up the Knicks. Anyway, as I was saying, if Kevin Durant goes to the Lakers, you think he's going to be first? Is that really going to help him? Being alongside LeBron James, who people say is the best player in the NBA? Yeah, that'll help you a lot. That's your next move. You go to a 73-win team, and then after that, you join the number 1 best player in the NBA, in the world. That will definitely make you the best player. Bullshit. You're not going to go to LA. There's no point LeBron in recruiting Kevin Durant. He's not going to LA. If he's leaving Golden State, he's going to a team where he could bring up from he's going to bring a team that's not doing well this year and bring him to the top. That's why New York is under consideration, the Clippers, all these other teams. He's not going to LA. Okay, so don't recruit Kevin Durant. Now we talk about Kawhi Leonard. It's definitely the same feeling as Kevin Durant. Kawhi Leonard, he wants his own team. I heard this conspiracy theory, actually. It had to do with Kawhi Leonard's uncle. So he has this agency, the player's agent. Kawhi Leonard's uncle is his agent. And there are rumors, this is a conspiracy, so I can't say this is definitive, but there's a thing that Kawhi Leonard may have left San Antonio because he wasn't getting publicized enough. Because the thing is, if Kawhi Leonard gets publicized enough, he gets a lot of media attention, that will attract clients and players to his uncle's agency, his agency for players. So that's why his uncle might be influencing Kawhi to say, Kawhi, can you go to a big market for me so you can get publicized more so we can get more business for our company? And Kawhi Leonard, it's family, so family comes first. So let's just say it's true, arguably, okay? First off, I don't even know if he would leave Toronto because you're in the Eastern Conference. You have a great chance to go to the finals every year. I mean, because you don't have Golden State, you don't have Houston in your way, so that'll give you a lot of publicity, a lot of media attention. If you go to the West, you're not going to go to the Lakers because, look, you're going to get a lot, LA land. You get a lot of publicity. But guess who's also there? LeBron James is there. If you're going to go to LA, you're going to the Clippers with Jerry West and Doc Rivers. And you'll be the man there for sure. And even if you were to go there with Kevin Durant, which I don't even think you'll get a lot of attention there because of Kevin Durant, you can arguably get more than if you're with LeBron in the Lakers. So, and also, I don't even like the fit with Kawhi and LeBron anyway. I mean, they would still be good, but I'm not seeing it. I think there are better options out there. Let's go to the next possible player, Klay Thompson. Look, I'm not going to argue with fit. Klay Thompson would be an amazing fit because he's a 3-and-D, catch and shoot. I mean, those are the exact kind of players you want to surround LeBron with. But you can't actually assess if you can go after Klay Thompson until Kevin Durant makes his decision. If Kevin Durant leaves, which it's looking very likely from reports that are coming out that Kevin Durant's going to leave, then you can't go after Klay. You know, Klay Thompson's going to re-sign. You can't go after him because he's going to re-sign with Golden State. Now, if Kevin Durant stays, you got your shot then. You got your shot. But you don't. That's a high probability that Kevin Durant stays. High probability that Kevin Durant leaves, so Klay Thompson will re-sign. So this brings me to my last option, and it is Kyrie Irving. And yes, you guys are wondering, that's my answer. LeBron James should go after Kyrie Irving in free agency. Here is why. Listen, they need each other. Kyrie Irving in Boston, they're terrible in Boston. They're the 6th seed, 5th seed. You can see all the drama that's going on in Boston land. It's not fun to watch. It's not a beautiful sight. They were at the conference finals. They were last season, the playoffs. They were one game from going to the finals. And they lost. And Kyrie wasn't playing. When Kyrie was at that game and they lost, Kyrie couldn't even go to the game. He couldn't, for these two reasons. First off, if LeBron beat him, obviously he couldn't go to see his former teammate beat him at the time. But second off, the main reason, if Boston were made to the finals without Kyrie Irving, what does that say about Kyrie Irving's value? It doesn't say very much. It says, listen, Kyrie, we were able to get to the finals without you. How valuable are you really to this team? You put up great stats, but how valuable are you to this team? So there's definitely, some tension there with Kyrie Irving and the young players there. The chemistry looks off. We go to Laker land. LeBron misses playoffs for the first time because of lack of talent around LeBron James. LeBron, they're dying. He needs another superstar or star in order to win. He needs it. He knows this in his head. Listen, you guys need each other. LeBron, make a phone call to Kyrie and say, listen, Kyrie, I know we had differences in the past, but I need you. You need me. We need each other. We can make this work with the Los Angeles Lakers. Just give me a second chance, and Kyrie, I feel like, would love to go because, Kyrie Irving even called LeBron James last season. Not last season. Kyrie called LeBron and apologized for how hard it is to be a leader. Let LeBron James humble down and make Kyrie Irving feel appreciated. Actually appreciate him. Be like, Kyrie, I would appreciate it if you came. Did you know Kyrie Irving, one of the main reasons he left Cleveland in the first place is because guess what? He didn't feel appreciated there. That was a report. He never felt appreciated, and that's what led to a trade. All you have to do, LeBron, is make Kyrie feel appreciated, and he'll help your legacy, LeBron. Because for Kyrie, listen, LeBron's 34. After LeBron goes, guess who has the keys to the Lakers franchise? You, Kyrie. For LeBron, you need someone else to win with. It's essential. It makes too much sense. Kyrie Irving, why would you go to New York? New York's so dysfunctional. I would love you in New York as a Knicks fan, but come on. Why would you pass up LA, the Lakers? Why would you pass up the Lakers instead of the Knicks? You have to go to the Lakers land. And that's why I think LeBron James has to invest his time in Kyrie. I think it's very realistic. All right, Andrew. Another day, another question.
All right, Sam. Have you seen Devin Booker lately? He's been on fire.
You're talking about fire. This water's really good, actually. Yeah, I really wish I can just take this water and just pour it all over Devin Booker. Devin Booker on fire. Because, listen, Devin Booker, I know you have so much hype. You scored 50 points, the other day against Washington. You scored 59 points the game before that against Utah. And everyone's trying to get all over you. They're like, oh my God, Devin Booker's so good. He's the forthcoming. Oh my God, Phoenix, you guys, you're going to be so good. So let me ask you guys a question that are watching this. So what do those two games, that 50-point game against Washington and that 59-point game against Utah, what do those games have in common? I'll give you a second to think about this. L's. They lost both of those games. both of those games, and yet Devin Booker has the audacity to celebrate for scoring, a lot of points, the scoring win games. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Devin Booker. Not only you, but your coach Earl Watson and the entire Phoenix Suns organization. To celebrate getting a lot of points, what kind of cultural precedent does that set? That's so selfish of you to try and stat pad to get a lot of points just to make you look better. And now you have all these reporters, bamboozled. You have all of them tricked into saying, oh my God, Devin Booker, you should ask for a trade out of Phoenix. You shouldn't. I mean, Phoenix, they're making you good. They're making you look really good at the expense of your team. Instead of being a team player and trying to care about winning and developing the chemistry amongst your teammates, you are taking shots away from other players just to score yourself. What kind of culture is that? Is that really something that players, like free agents or your teammates, want to be around? What kind of, I don't understand. And, the fact that, as a player, you get caught up in that sometimes. I'm not saying that's a great thing. But then the organization also to back that up. I mean, to put him back in the game. Devin Booker had 59 points against Utah, a minute remaining, and he was on the bench. Devin Booker goes up to his coach and asks to get put back in the game. First off, that's completely, there's no place for that. I mean, that's just disgusting. And then to actually put him in the game is even worse. I mean, it just shows who's controlling the shots, who's calling the shots in Phoenix, as Devin Booker. That's not how it should be. It doesn't look good with your teammates. DeAndre Ayton, this next draft pick coming in, it sets a really bad culture of being selfish, of taking shots for yourself. Devin Booker, you call yourself a leader, but that's not what a leader would do. Don't even get me started. Back in the old days, that would never fly. Never. Maybe Will Chamberlain. No one else. And I'm telling you, you're not going to win like that. I've seen this movie. I've seen it. I love you, Carmelo Anthony, but I've seen it. I love you, Allen Iverson. I've seen it. Stat padding and doing things for yourself, although it seems great at first, it doesn't get you anywhere great. Be a team player. This is disgusting. I'm not even congratulating Devin Booker. I'm not even going to say, because listen, James Harden, he gets 60 points, he gets 50 points, but they win. His players can go off. Steph Curry, I'm sure, has his nights, but they win. If you're going to get those amount of points, win. Thank you. Okay. Andrew, I'm ready for the next question. Devin Booker gave me a headache, so I'm done with that. Please don't be a basketball question. I appreciate it.
All right, fine. We'll move on. So, okay, Sam, how about this one? What are your thoughts on opening day?
Opening day. When I think of opening day, I just think of opportunities. Opportunities for, all those teams that maybe had bad seasons last year, or those really good teams that just couldn't make it over the top. Like the New York Yankees. My Yankees. We have a chance this year. I'm telling you, we look stacked on paper. I mean, Aaron Judge, if healthy, Giancarlo Stanton, I'm going to name the roster. Luke Voigt, Gary Sanchez, Gleyber Torres, who was almost the rookie of the year, and we acquired Troy Tulowitzki. Yeah, the dude's a little old, but he still has some firepower left. I mean, he had a lot of home runs during that preseason, if you guys were watching. I'm excited for the Yankees. I think they have a great chance to make it out of the American League and win the World Series. And then, of course, the Boston Celtics have a chance to repeat. And that's something that hasn't been done since actually the Yankees. I forgot which year. I had to look that up for you guys. But listen, whenever the Red Sox and the Yankees are both good, that's great for the entire league. When the Yankees, I'm going to say that again. When the Yankees, the New York Yankees, and the Boston Red Sox, who have one of the biggest rivalry in sports, when they're both good, the MLB, the Major League Baseball League, is amazing to watch. I feel like also people were not really thinking about Houston Astros. I mean, they're hungry. I know they won 2 years ago, but they have a great shot to win this year also. I mean, they have great players. I feel like they're definitely poised to make a run. Justin Verlander. They have great pitching. They have great hitting. And then let's look at the new guys also, like the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, they have Bryce Harper now. I mean, I'm excited for that. Andrew McCutchen signed there too. They're actually, I think they might be the favorites in the National League. The Philadelphia Phillies. Isn't that ironic? I remember in 2009, it was the Yankees and the Phillies for the World Series. Both teams you didn't really hear of much, until now, and they're both back. How cool would that be? A World Series matchup of the Yankees versus the Phillies. Don't tag me. Also, the Mets got Robinson Cano. I gotta add that in there. I don't like the Mets. I'm a Yankees fan. Mets, you only got 2. I'm sorry. I mean, look, not as much as the Yankees. Two's very cute. If you get 3, that would be cute also. I'm not even gonna be mad. But to sum it all up, I can't wait to watch. Opening day. It's been a while. Obviously I miss baseball, and it's great that it's back. So it's gonna be a great season, for sure. All right. It's all you, Andrew.
Okay, Sam, so it looks like we've got time for one last question. This one, so how have you been enjoying March Madness so far? Been enjoying the tournament? Been a good March for you?
Has it been? It's been nice. It's been nice. Obviously, this year compared to last year in comparison, a lot of the teams that have been supposed to be winning, they've been winning. All the number 1 seeds. UNC, Duke, Gonzaga, and now I'm forgetting Virginia. They're still in the tournament. Teams like Tennessee still in the tournament. So there haven't been that much upsets this season. This March Madness, which is good. It's cool because now people can say it's bad because people love to see upsets. But at the same time, I'm embracing this a lot because now it's the Sweet 16, baby. I mean, we have all these great teams that are all, favorites and all have great, excellent chances. We're going to be able to see a lot of great teams play each other. We're going to see a lot of excellent matchups. I'm so excited for this. We still get to see Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett, despite almost getting eliminated the last round at the UCF. I mean, that game was insane. I mean, down by 4 with under 2 minutes remaining, Zion Williamson hits the and 1 they're down by 3, so now they're losing by 1. And then Zion Williamson at the free throw line, he has to make the free throw in order to tie the game against UCF. Is Zion Williamson clutch? He missed the free throw! He missed the free throw! The Duke shouldn't even be in the tournament at this point in time because Zion Williamson missed the free throw. But then RJ Barrett, he comes out of nowhere like Superman. He grabs the ball, puts it back in the basket, and then Duke leads by 1. And they hold on to the lead. What a miracle. They got saved. And at the end, did you guys see that UCF started trying to hit the ball back in? I thought I was going in. That was my favorite game because I knew that was, you guys asked how I was liking March Madness. That was my favorite game so far. I mean, but shout out to Taco Fall. Shout out to Taco Fall. That man, he's a man. I mean, he's a god. I mean, the dude's 7'6" for crying out loud. He gave Zion a run for his money. He gave the entire Duke team a run for their money. He's massive. I mean, he's a massive dude. 7'6", weighs 270 pounds. I mean, Duke was having a hard time, driving to the paint because of his defensive presence. He's definitely an NBA pick. I think he could be a lottery pick. In the first round, I think he's definitely a first rounder in the lottery pick. But obviously, Duke went on to win that 77-76. And Zion Williamson, he really did make Taco fall. Sorry, that's a little cheesy. All right, next one. The other game that was just interesting to me was Purdue against Villanova because Purdue, they blew Villanova out of the water. This game was unlike, Duke and UCF. Purdue, they literally blew the reigning champs out of the water. And I had Villanova winning this game as well, which was very surprising. I was shocked when I was watching it because Carson Edwards, I mean, this dude's a beast. He had 42 points with 57%, shooting 57%. I mean, people were chanting, get him off the line. Don't let the guy shoot. Get him off. You had one job, Villanova, to not let Carson Edwards, get on that three-point line. And guess what? You failed, obviously. I mean, he went off. He torched you guys. He shredded you guys to pieces. Oh my God. And my favorite part is Purdue won 87-61. So they won 87 points. Carson Edwards had 42 points. Carson Edwards had basically half of Purdue's points. I can't wait to see this next matchup against Purdue and Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee, just don't let Carson Edwards go off at the three-point line. Maybe you'll be fine. Maybe you'll have a standing shot. I mean, he scored half of their points for crying out loud, Tennessee. Just don't let him score and you're good. Overall, though, I'm excited. I don't know if you guys know, I had Virginia winning it. Duke, Virginia's they're not a sexy team. They're not like Duke with Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, and Cam Reddish. They don't have the big three. But I really trust Virginia. I'm telling you, I'm so confident. Just because they play like a team. Duke, they didn't look so strong. They're vulnerable. Zion Williamson's great. They have a lot of star power. But Virginia plays like a team. Kyle Guy, Ty Jerome. I think DeAndre Hunter, obviously, of course, he was another lottery pick on that team. Kyle Guy's like Klay Thompson. He's going to shoot the lights out. He's like a 3-and-D player. They all play very great defense. But Kyle Guy, don't give this man wide open jump shot because he'll make it on you and he'll just cook you. Ty Jerome, he's a great playmaker. Just for the team, makes his teammates better, elevates their performances. And DeAndre Hunter can do both. He's a 3-and-D guy. Once again, can make threes. Can also drive when he has to. I love this Virginia team. I have them winning. Duke, it's going to be interesting. I feel like what's going to happen with Duke, my prediction, don't tag me when this happens because it's going to happen. Duke's going to beat Virginia Tech today. I'm sorry. I know, Andrew, I know you love Virginia Tech. You love them. They're losing. I'm sorry. Duke's going to win. Gonzaga's going to win also. Gonzaga beat Duke in the regular season. And guess what's going to happen next time in the Elite Eight? Gonzaga is going to upset Duke. Gonzaga's going to upset Duke.
None of my Hokies upset him tonight, baby.
Andrew, I should put you with Chris Bosh. I think you and Chris Bosh would be great friends because you're both clowns. That's a good joke. I like that joke. What do Andrew and Chris Bosh have in common? They're both clowns. Virginia Tech not beating Duke. I hope I'm not on freezing cold takes after that one. But anyway, UNC might have a shot, but my pick, Virginia's going to win. It's going to be Virginia Gonzaga. Virginia's going to win. That's my pick for the NCAA tournament. Those have been my reactions so far. I'm excited. I think those are actually all the questions. Andrew, do I have any more questions?
Nope. There are no more questions here.
No more questions. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Obviously, Sauce, I'm glad that you were able to, join me today. You were very helpful. Thank you. No, he's not here. Sauce isn't here. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night. Day.